Hello everyone. In my last video on this chapter, I have discussed about introductory part of principles of inheritance and variations. This video mainly contains important terminologies that are very useful for understanding genetics. So let us start with this. First term was gene. Gene is a Mendelian factor which is the basic unit of inheritance or heredity and responsible for expression of character. It is a Mendelian factor which is the basic unit of inheritance or heredity and responsible for expression of a character. Why it is Mendelian factor? Because during the time of Mendel, gene was not discovered. He believed that some factor present on organism that get transmitted from parents to their offspring and responsible for expression of character. Organism consists of some factor which is transmitted from parents to offspring and expressed into a character. But now we know that these factors are nothing but genes. They are the basic unit of inheritance or heredity. They are the segment of DNA that code for synthesis of polypeptide chain or protein. It is a segment of DNA that code for synthesis of polypeptide chain or protein and thereby control a character So what is gene? Gene is a Mendelian factor which is the basic unit of inheritance responsible for expression of a character. Next term, allele or allelomorphs. Allele or allelomorphs are the alternative forms of a single gene. It is an alternative form of a gene present at specific locus on homologous chromosomes. It is an alternative form of a single gene or a gene present at a specific locus on homologous chromosome. Okay, what is a allele or allelomorph? It is an alternative form of a gene present at a specific locus on homologous chromosome. For example, consider gene of character height in pea plant. Tallness is controlled by allele capital T and its alternative character dwarfness is controlled by another allele that is small t. These two alleles, capital T and small t, representing two alternative form of a particular character height and present in separate chromosome, that is nothing but homologous chromosome, at a same locus. So, character height is controlled by two alleles. One is capital T, another one is small t. Capital T is responsible for tallness and small t is responsible for dwarfness. Okay, understood? Before going with this locus or loci, in last definition in alleles, there is a one term, homologous chromosome. You guys remember what is homologous chromosome? Homologous chromosome are the pair of similar or identical chromosome from either parent, one from father, another from mother, and it is similar in appearance, size, position of centromere, etc. So what is homologous chromosome? Homologous chromosome are the pair of similar chromosomes from either parents which are similar in appearance, size, position of centromere, etc. Now discuss about locus or loci. It is a region on chromosome where a gene or a allele is located. It is a region on chromosome where a gene or a allele is located. So what is locus? Simple, it is a region on chromosome at which a gene or allele is present or located. Next term is homozygous. Homo means same. Zygous means pair. Then what is homozygous condition? Similar pair. It is a condition in which chromosome pair having identical allele of a gene. It is a condition in which chromosome pair, that is homologous chromosome, having identical alleles of a gene. Okay. Remember, this homozygotes produces only one type of gamete. Homozygotes always produces only one type of gamete, and they are always true breeders. They are always true breeders. When both genes or alleles are dominant, then it is homozygous dominant. Here capital T, capital T. Okay. When both the genes or alleles are recessive, then it is homozygous recessive. Small t, small t. Get clear? What is homozygous condition? The condition in which chromosome pair having identical alleles of a gene, or homologous chromosome having identical alleles of a gene. Okay. Suppose both the alleles are dominant, then homozygous dominant. Both the alleles are recessive, then homozygous recessive. Next is heterozygous condition. Hetero, dissimilar, different. Zygous means pair. Here the homologous chromosome having dissimilar alleles of a gene, or it's a condition in which chromosome pair having dissimilar alleles of a gene. Heterozygous tall, it consists of two alleles, that is capital T and small t. Okay, so capital T and small t are two different alleles present on same locus on homologous chromosome. Therefore, that condition is called as heterozygous condition. Remember, this heterozygotes produces two type of gamete. Heterozygotes produces two type of gamete because it consists dissimilar alleles of a gene. Next is phenotype. Phenotype is a physical expression of a character. It is a physical expression of a character, or it is the external or visible character of an organism. External or visible character of an organism. Okay, for example, in pea plant, stem height, tallness, dwarfness, they are the visible character. Even flower color violet or white, pod shape, pod color, etc. etc. are all are visible character. So they are called as phenotype of that organism. Remember, this phenotype of organism is determined by genotype. Phenotype of an organism is determined by genotype. It may change under the influence of environment. It may change under the influence of environment. Next was genotype. It is the genetic constitution of a character. It is the genetic constitution of a character, or genetic composition of a character, or gene content of a character. Okay. For example, capital T for homozygous tall, capital T small t for heterozygous tall. This genotype is not influenced by phenotype, but phenotype is influenced by genotype, but genotype was not influenced by phenotype, even not influenced by environment, even not influenced by environment. It does not change under the influence of environment. So, next, dominant gene. Dominant gene is one which expresses itself in presence of a contrasting gene, which expresses itself in presence of contrasting gene. Now consider, capital R is responsible for a round shape of seed, okay, and small r is responsible for a wrinkled shape of gene. Suppose in a capital R small r plant, only capital R express itself and seed become round shape. That means it suppresses small r. That recessive character, wrinkle character will suppressed. Therefore, capital R is known as dominant gene. So, Dominant gene means one which expresses itself in presence of a contrasting gene. Next, recessive gene. A recessive gene which fail to express itself in presence of dominant gene. Same example where small r is failed to express itself in capital R small r plant. The phenotypic character is expressed by capital R. Seed become round, not wrinkled, because where small r is recessive, which failed to express itself in presence of dominant gene. Next is hybrid. Hybrid are the individual produced by the mating of genetically unlike parents. It is a individual produced by mating of genetically unlike or genetically dissimilar parents. Next, F1 generation or first filial generation. F1 generation also called as first filial generation. It is produced in a genetic cross between two individuals. It is produced in the genetic cross between two individuals. Next is Punnett square or checkerboard. It is the graphical representation to calculate probability of all possible genotypes of organism in a genetic cross. It is a graphical representation to calculate probability of all possible genotype of a offspring in a genetic cross. Using this checkerboard, we can calculate all possible genotypes of the offspring in a cross. Just now we discussed different terms and their definitions. Now try to understand these definitions. First term we discussed was gene. Before understanding this gene, we have to understand what is a chromosome, what is a DNA. Okay, consider this is a cell, which is the basic or fundamental unit of a life, which is the basic or fundamental unit of a life. Inside this cell, there is a controlling center called nucleus. Inside this cell, there is a controlling cell called nucleus. Inside this nucleus, there is highly elaborated nucleoprotein fiber is present, which is known as chromatin fiber. Which is known as chromatin fiber. Okay. This chromatin fiber get condensed from chromosome. This chromatin fiber get condensed and form a chromosome. This is chromosome. Coming to part of this chromosome, these are the two chromatids. This is centromere. Chromatids and centromere. Okay. Then what is chromosome? Chromosome is nothing but it is a condensed chromatin. Chromosome is a condensed chromatin mainly made up of nucleoproteins. Mainly made up of nucleoproteins. That is nothing but nucleic acid and proteins. Nucleic acid and proteins. Nucleic acids such as DNA, RNA, proteins like histone and non-histone. Histone and non-histone. So, this is the major composition of a chromosome. Chromosome is mainly made up of DNA, RNA, histone and non-histone protein. Histone and non-histone protein. Okay. Inside this chromosome, there is highly coiled approximately 2.2 meter long DNA is present. Inside the chromosome, approximately 2.2 meter long DNA is present. So, enlarging this, we get DNA. DNA act as genetic material in us. DNA act as a genetic material in us. So segment of this DNA is nothing but gene. Segment of this DNA is nothing but gene. We call it as unit of inheritance. Unit of inheritance or heredity. We call it as unit of inheritance or heredity. Why it is a unit of inheritance? Because it codes for polypeptide, or we simply called as proteins. So it code for polypeptide or proteins. Code means it is responsible for synthesis of polypeptide and proteins. These proteins or polypeptide express a character. Okay, therefore gene is responsible for expression of character. Gene is responsible for expression of character. It is a unit of heredity or inheritance responsible for the expression of character. It is also called as Mendelian factor. It is also called as Mendelian factor. Understood? Now try to understand. In organism, 50% of chromosomes, 50% of chromosome come from their mother. Remaining 50% from father. The chromosome from mother is called as maternal chromosome. Chromosome from mother is known as maternal chromosome and chromosome from father is known as paternal chromosome. Chromosome from mother is known as maternal and chromosome from father is known as paternal chromosome. Suppose maternal and paternal chromosome similar in appearance. They look alike or identical. Similar in appearance, size, even position of centromere, then they are called as homologous chromosome. They are called as homologous chromosomes. Okay, what are homologous chromosome? Homologous chromosome are the similar chromosome, either parents, that is from maternal and paternal chromosome, which are similar in appearance, size, even position of centromere. This is called homologous chromosome. On this homologous chromosome, on a same point, if alternative form of a gene is present, then it is called as allele. And on which allele is situated, that point is called as locus or loci. The point on which allele or a gene is situated, it is called as loci or locus. On same specific or same position on homologous chromosome, alternative form of a gene is present, then it is called as allele. Understood? Consider character height in pea plant or gene of height in pea plant. It has two alleles. One is capital T, another one is small t. Capital T and small t. Capital T is responsible for tallness. It is responsible for tallness, and small t is responsible for dwarfness. Small t is responsible for dwarfness. Capital T is responsible for tallness and small t is responsible for dwarfness. These are the two alternative forms of a single gene, that is height, which is present on same locus or specific locus on homologous chromosome. It is called as alleles or allelomorphs. And point on which allele or a gene is situated, it is called as loci or locus. Understood? How many definitions we studied? Gene, allele and locus. Okay. Now try to understand. On this homologous chromosome, if identical alleles are situated, then that condition is called as homozygous condition. Identical alleles are situated, then that condition is called as homozygous. Suppose both alleles are dominant, then homozygous dominant. Suppose both the alleles are recessive, then homozygous recessive. Suppose one is a dominant allele, another one is recessive, means dissimilar alleles are present, then it is called as heterozygous condition. Heterozygous condition. If chromosome pair contain identical alleles, then it is called as homozygous condition. Both the alleles are dominant, homozygous dominant. Both the alleles are recessive, then homozygous recessive. If dissimilar alleles are present, then it is heterozygous condition. Heterozygous condition. Okay? Understood? Homozygous, heterozygous. Remember, in this homozygous condition, only one type gamete is produced. Why this is? Because during the time of gamete, these two chromosomes segregate from one another, separate from one another. This chromosome enters one gamete, this chromosome enters another gamete. Now see, this is the homozygous recessive condition. This chromosome transferred to this gamete, which consists of recessive character. This gamete also consists of recessive allele. Both alleles are same. So it produces similar gamete. Therefore they are true breeders. Suppose it is a heterozygous condition. This is capital T and this is small t. Then this gamete consists capital T. This gamete consists small t. Both the gametes are non-identical. Therefore, two different gametes are produced in heterozygous condition. Understood? What is gene? Gene is a unit of inheritance which code for polypeptide. Therefore, it expressed into a character. So, gene is the unit of inheritance which is responsible for expression of character. A pair of similar chromosomes which are come from mother and father, which look alike. They are similar in appearance, size and position of centromere, then they are called as homologous chromosome. Alternative form of a gene present on a same locus on homologous chromosome is called as allele. A point on chromosome where gene or alleles are situated, they are called as locus. On this homologous chromosome, identical alleles are situated. Then homozygous condition. Non-identical alleles are situated, then heterozygous condition. These are the few terms. Understood? Suppose in heterozygous condition, only the dominant allele expressed. Suppose this two chromosome is present in one organism, it expressed into tallness. The character which it expressed is tallness or tall plant produced. That is the character of this capital allele, capital T. Okay. Small t is suppress its character. Dominance is not expressed. Why this is? Because this capital T is dominant, which suppresses this small t. Therefore, the small t is suppress its character. It failed to express its character. This capital T is known as dominant gene and the small t is known as recessive gene. Understood? These are known as the capital T and small t. This is the genetic constituent of this organism. Capital T and small t are the genetic constituent of this plant. That is called as genotype of this plant. And the character it expressed is tallness. That is the phenotype of that organism. Phenotype is tall and genotype is capital T small t. Suppose capital T is a genotype, then its phenotype is tall. It is a homozygous tall. Suppose small t, then the character or phenotype is dwarf. Phenotype means the physical appearance, the external appearance that is visible to us is called as phenotype. So phenotype is the external or visible character, external or visible character of an organism. It is the physical expression of a character. It is a physical expression of a character. For example, our skin color, our height, all are visible character. Therefore, they are the phenotypic character. Genotype means a genetic constituent. Genotype means the genetic constituent. Capital T for homozygous tall. Capital T small t for heterozygous tall. Homozygous tall, heterozygous tall. Small t for homozygous dwarf. These are the genotypic character. These are the genotypic character. Nothing but genetic constituent of a organism or genetic makeup of a organism. So, suppose I have written capital Y, then it represent genotype or phenotype? It represent genotype. Suppose I have written yellow color, then it is phenotype. Okay, understood? Next, coming to hybrids. Suppose consider this is a homozygous tall plant which is crossed with homozygous dwarf plant. Homozygous tall plant is crossed with homozygous dwarf plant. It produces only one type gamete, that is capital T, and this produces similar gamete, that is small t. Okay, gamete with capital T, gamete with small t. When this fuse together, due to syngamy, it results into a new individual which consists genetic constituent of these two parents, that we call it as hybrid. Hybrid is a offspring produced by genetic cross between two genetically unlike parents. Two genetically unlike parents. It is called as hybrid. This is the first organism or offspring produced by this or first generation of this parent. Therefore, it is called as first filial generation or F1 generation. F1 generation. Understood? Next is Punnett square. Next is Punnett square. Before dealing with Punnett square, remember, suppose two plants or two organisms are crossed. They are differing in only one character pair, then it is called as monohybrid. Monohybrid. Suppose parents are differ in two contrasting character pair, then it is called as dihybrid. It is monohybrid, it is dihybrid cross. Monohybrid cross and it is a dihybrid cross, dihybrid. This is monohybrid. Suppose here it was dihybrid. This is dihybrid. Then what is monohybrid? What is monohybrid? Monohybrid is a hybrid obtained by crossing of two organisms differ in only one character pair. What is dihybrid? Dihybrid are the organisms which are produced by crossing of two plants differ in two pair of character. Therefore it is dihybrid, it is monohybrid. Understood? Next is Punnett square. Punnett square is a graphical representation. It is a graphical representation to calculate all probable genotype of an organism in a genetic cross. Consider here a cross is between capital T, small t, that is heterozygous tall, crossed with another heterozygous tall plant. It produces two type of gamete, capital T, small t. Here also two type of gamete, capital T, small t. So this is considered as female parent, this is male parent. Here I will written female parent, this is male parent. I will write the gametes, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So what are the possibilities? Capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t. Okay, this is the checkerboard which represent all possible genotype. What are the genotype in offsprings? Capital T, small t is to capital T, small t is to small t, small t. One capital T, another two capital T, small t, and one small t, small t. So homozygous doll is 1, homozygous dwarf is 1, heterozygous doll is 2. So the genotypic ratio here was 1:2:1. So all possible genotype is calculated using Punnett square. These are the important terminologies. I think you guys understood this. This is the end of the slide. So thank you everyone for your attention.